So how to register with a GP in the UK. So to register with a GP surgery, you're going to want to head over to the NHS website and come to this page here where it says register with a GP surgery. I'll also leave a link below in the description. So as you can see here, it says everyone in England can register for a GP surgery or change their GP surgery for free, and you can register with most surgeries online. So if we scroll down this page a little bit, you'll see here it says you can register with a GP surgery or change your current GP surgery online using the NHS website. So there is 3 steps in total we're going to have to complete. So the first one is you're going to want to enter the postcode of the location that you want a GP surgery in, as most people will need to register near where they live, but some surgeries do accept patients from further away. And then the second one, choose the surgery you want to register with that offers online registration. And then the third one is you'll need to fill in a registration form. This can take about 15 minutes for each person you want to register. So they're the 3 steps we'll need to complete. And if you're ready to do it, you'll just want to go ahead and say find a GP surgery to register with. Then once you've done that, you just need to enter your postcode. And then you'll be given a list of all the local GPs that cover that exact postcode. Obviously be aware that not all GP surgeries will be accepting new patients, but they'll normally tell you. But the ones that are accepting patients, it will be listed in a white box right below the contact details saying accepting new patients, and it should also include a link below it saying register online with this GP. And if you want to find out more information about the GP before you register, if you just go ahead and click on it, it will then pull you through to this page here, and you can go ahead and find out the contact details and the opening times and other important information about the GP. So as you can see here, this one opens at 8 AM and closes at 6:30 PM on weekdays. And if we go back to the same page, you can also click on this link here, which will give you a facility breakdown of what the GP offers. But if we go back to the main page, if you're happy with everything and you want to register with the GP, you can just go ahead and click on this button which says register online with this GP. Be aware it takes about 15 minutes to complete the registration. You will need to complete the process in one session, and your preferred GP surgery should register you within 1 to 5 working days of receiving your details. But if you're happy with that, go ahead and say start now. Then first question, you'll just need to clarify if it's for yourself or someone else. So for example here, we're going to say myself. And then from there, you'll be asked if you want to use an NHS account to apply. So if you do, you can go ahead and say use the NHS account. But if you don't, you can say do not use account. Then once you've done that, you just need to fill in your full name and then along with your date of birth. Then on the next slide, you'll be asked if you know your NHS number. So this is a 10-digit number like 485 777 3456. It can be found on any letter the NHS has sent to you, on a prescription, in the NHS app, or by asking your GP. So if you do know it, you can go ahead and say yes, but if not, you can say no, continue without. Then on the next slide, you'll be asked if you're registering with a UK GP for the first time. So for example here, we'll say no, but if it's a yes, select yes. And if it is a no, you'll just need to enter the name of the GP surgery that you want to leave. Then once you've done that, you will then just need to verify your information. And if you're happy with it, you can say confirm and continue at the bottom. Then that moves us on to the next stage, where you're going to need to enter your address. So for this one, you're going to need to explain where you're living. This could be a permanent or temporary address, such as a shelter, hostel, or friend's house. Your GP surgery can use this address to contact you about appointments, prescriptions, and other things related to your health, and check if you are living within the area it covers. So for the example of this video, we're going to say yes, we do have an address. If it's a no, say no. Then once you've done that, you just need to input your address and then select your address from the drop-down menu. Then on the next page, you just need to enter your contact details. So that'll be your phone number and your email address. But of course, these are optional, and if you'd rather not do it, you can go ahead and continue anyway. Then once you've done that, you just need to enter the sex registered on your NHS record, and then along with your ethnic group. Then on the next slide, you'll be asked if you need a language interpreter. So for the example of this video, we're going to say no. And then you'll be asked if you'd like to choose a pharmacy for your prescriptions. So for the sake of this video, we're going to say no. But if you would like to, you can go ahead and say yes. Then on the next slide, you'll be asked, are you registered with a Defence Medical Services? So you may be registered with the DMS if you or a family member were in the UK Armed Forces. And this is the first time you are registering with an NHS GP since you or they left service. So again, for the example of this video, we're going to say no. But if it's a yes, you can go ahead and say yes. Then on the next slide, you just need to enter any emergency contact. But if you don't have one, you can also say no. Then on the next slide, you'll need to clarify, have you recently moved to the UK from another country? So for the example of this video, we're going to say no. But if you have, you can say yes. And then you'll need to say where you were born. So again, for the example of this video, we're going to say England. And then you'll just need to enter the town or city that you were born in. And then next up, you'll need to clarify if you've lived at any previous UK addresses. And then you'll also need to say, have you had all the vaccinations you are eligible for in the UK? So that's either a yes, no, or if you're not sure, just say I don't know. Then next up, do you have any existing or pre-existing medical conditions? So if you do, this is your time to declare it. If you'd rather keep that information to yourself, you can also say prefer not to say. Then next up, you'll be asked about allergies. So you can either say yes or no, or again, if you'd rather keep that to yourself, you can say prefer not to say. And then next up, you'll be asked if you have any mental health conditions. So again, same as before, either say yes, no, or if you'd rather keep it private, say prefer not to say. And then next up, do you have any disabilities? Same as before, yes, no, or prefer not to say. And then do you have a carer? Again, same as before, exactly the same process, either yes, no, or prefer not to say. And then you'll be asked if you're a carer yourself. So yep, either yes, no, or prefer not to say. And then on the next slide, do you need to be communicated with in an accessible form? So again, either yes, no, or prefer not to say. And then do you need any reasonable adjustments to make your visits to the GP surgery accessible? And then do you need to take any prescription medication? So again, same as before, either yes, no, or prefer not to say. And then once you've answered all those questions, you'll just need to enter in your height. So you can either do that in feet and inches, or you can either switch to centimetres. Then once you've done that, you just need to input your weight. So that's in stones and pounds, but you can also switch over to kilograms. Then next up, you'll be asked about alcohol. So how often do you drink alcohol or have a drink containing alcohol? So you want to go ahead and select one of the options or say prefer not to say. Then after alcohol, you'll be asked about smoking. And then once you've done that, you'll be brought through to this page here, where you'll just be asked about sharing your summary care record. And if you're happy to do it, you'll go ahead and say continue. And then on the next page, you'll be asked to review your details just before they send it to the GP surgery. So give it all a read, scroll all the way to the bottom and double check. And if you're happy with everything, you'll find the accept and submit button at the bottom. And then once you've submitted everything, it will tell you your application is complete and it will give you a reference number as well. So what happens next? Registration is usually completed within 5 days and you should be notified on when it's completed. But of course, if it's for anything urgent, then it's recommended to ring up the practice or use NHS 111. And there you have it. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe as it helps the channel massively. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them below. And thanks again for watching.